Everest Live, coming to you with some unfortunate news. There has been massive, massive flooding on Nepal's Boti, Kosi, and Trisuli rivers. Currently, the casualty toll is unknown, but initial reports are saying that it will be in excess of 2,500 people. Likely that number will go up. This is a massive casualty incident. And why did this happen? So what I've been able to understand through reading and research and speaking with people is that there was a 4.4, according to the U.S. Geological Survey, a 4.4 magnitude earthquake happened north of the Nepali border at 8:37 Nepal time on Wednesday morning. This this could have triggered a number of things. One is it could have triggered an avalanche that blocks a river. It lets the water build up, and which is then released. Or it triggers what's called a glacial lake outburst flood, which is when like a hanging glacier falls into a lake that was created when the glacier receded, and it breaks that bottom moraine and it lets that lake out all at once. There are active warnings and reports that say there's one more lake or a blockage of the Lende River from an avalanche that still has not released. So communities along the river are being encouraged to stay at high ground, to travel to high ground. It seems like there's also additional risk of equally or more catastrophic flooding in the coming hours and days. And search and rescue teams have been initially deployed, but there are still concerns that additional flooding may occur. So here's what we know so far. The Boti Kosi River is basically on Nepal's border with Tibet, the Tibetan region of China. Raswagadi is Nepal's main transit point. It's the main customs office. This is the main artery right now between Nepal and China. This is also a popular route for tourists. This goes by the popular Langtang trekking and climbing region. This is also where Mount Kailash pilgrims travel into Tibet to do a Kora, to do a circumambulation of the sacred Mount Kailash. This year being a particularly auspicious year has seen huge numbers of tourists traveling up this road and through this region to get to Mount Kailash. Right now, the Nepal Tourism Board has put out a notice that there are just under 400 tourists missing. Many of them were likely on this 42-kilometer stretch of road right up alongside the border that this flash flood wiped out. Other information is that initial search and rescue efforts via helicopter have been mobilized. I think at this point it is such a huge event that rescue efforts will take time to to come together and to be implemented at scale. I've been in touch with people in the Prime Minister's office. There's a lot of talk about deploying vertical rescue teams from the mountaineering community. I've talked to a number of IFMGA guides with the Nepal Mountaineering Association, Nepal Mountain Guides Association, that are standing by to go out tomorrow morning to do high-angle rescue as needed. There's also been a call out for thermal drones and other equipment to help the rescue efforts, which thankfully at Everest Live, us and our partners were able to send a thermal drone to support those efforts. But this is a huge thing. This will also definitely, this is sort of I don't necessarily want to say generational, but this is a huge, huge natural disaster in Nepal, and the actual impacts of it remain to be seen. Right now, along the Trisuli River, this river that kind of cuts Nepal in half. It's one of the main arteries in the center of the country, running obviously north to south. And all of the highway, bridges, and infrastructure along this, maybe about halfway down Nepal, have been wiped out. What this does is it isolates also the Manaslu region of Nepal, where efforts are underway, where climbers are actually just arriving at base camp, where the ropes are just starting to be fixed on the mountain as Nepal's fall 8,000-meter season kicks off. So what this is going to mean for the climbing season, nobody knows. But I think potentially, obviously, helicopters, logistics, everything will be diverted for these rescue efforts. It's also something that I just want to put a little highlight on, is that as we see in Nepal, as we see the Nepali workforce on 8,000 meter peaks, in Nepal's Himalayan mountaineering scene become more and more professionalized, there's a huge overlap between all of these IFMGA guides, all of these Nepali longline, people who are trained in longline rescues. They are immediately deployed in these situations of natural disasters to which Nepal is extremely prone. So congratulations to all of them. We wish them all the best in what is going to be a very difficult few days to come. So if you're in Nepal listening to this, this is not the time to go gawk. This is, you do need to let the rescue efforts be handled by professionals. But of course, this continued risk will impact those efforts. For people who obviously love Nepal, have people there, want to be connected, want to help, know that communication infrastructure in much of the affected areas is down. So if you're not hearing from somebody, don't assume the worst, give it some time. This is also not the time to panic, to freak out. Knowing the best way to help is something that will become more clear with time. Right now, we need rescue efforts. We need people to go and respond on the scene, and we'll understand more as time comes. If you're somebody who wants to go in there, I remember after the earthquake in Nepal, tons of people showed up to help. I'm going to be honest, don't go to Nepal to help with these efforts. The last thing Nepal needs is unskilled labor. The infrastructure there is, it's adequate. It is what it is. Let the locals handle it. We will be able to figure out how we can affect the people impacted by this as time evolves, as time goes by. So we will keep everybody updated. I wish I had something to report for you all that wasn't just tragedies. I was hoping the Manaslu season would give us that, but this is what it is. Our thoughts, prayers, love, hope are for miracles and for everybody who's involved in this. Stay tuned. We'll keep you posted.